Hey there, guys. We've now got the epilogue for Season 4. We finished the big bad guy. The main story of Season 4 is over. Now we're going to see how it all wraps up and how the heroes are going to go about their lives, after Season 4. Once again, thanks to Rayhan for putting out really detailed translations. I'm going to be using his summary as pretty much the description of what's going on. But let's see how it wraps up after Season 4 finishes. And we'll be skipping the combat stuff. I'll just be showing cutscenes and reading them. You've probably seen my previous videos how we do this. Okay, so Rain is out hunting Omega Spawn around Shera as the city walls are still damaged. While the spawn on the fallen land vanished alongside Tato and Omega, some still remain in the other lands. Once the cleanup is done, he'll still have a task left in Shera, which is to take care of Ilska's final wish. So currently Range is going around, killing the remainder of the Omega spawn after the primary Omegas all died. And as usual, I'll be, pausing briefly on each screen of text so that you can read it yourself if you, know how to. Okay, so next, might be a new scene for the next one. Yeah, Rain still got one task left in Shera, which is to take care of Ilska's final wish. I don't remember if Ilska died or not. I'm assuming he did. But I don't actually remember. Alright, so we might have some combat stuff, which I will deal with off screen. Let me see. Yeah, I see the little epilogues, same as season, 1, 2, 3, etc. We're gonna see how they all end up. All right. Let's see if we're doing combat or otherwise. Okay. Rain meets up with Lasswell, Tyus, and Van Harma, who have also been hunting loose Omega spawn. They're almost done, but there are still some spawn left in the hills up ahead. When asked about Fina, Rain says she left to help. When asked about Fina, Rain says she left to help with some sort of event. Then Rain asked about Metsy and Ihana and is informed that they have left as well, likely going on a date. So Metsy and Ihana have hooked up. Tyus teases an absent-minded Van Harma if he's feeling left out. Rain then asks Tyus how he feels about spreading the truth about Elmont's demise, as distorted history attributes it to Tyus and his companions. Tyus doesn't really care what people think of him, but Rain says it's important to properly convey the past for the sake of the future. Tyus agrees, leaving it to Rain to spread the truth, but requesting it be passed down in a really cool way. Rain smirks, then asks Tyus to accompany him to a certain place once they're done exterminating the spawn. Tyus realizes it must be about Ilska's will and agrees, as he's curious as well. So to summarize, Rain wants to spread the truth of what happened back in Tyus's days, and Tyus says, you should spread the truth, but you should do it, not me. And apparently Ilska's final request was a big deal. I'm still not sure what it is. I don't remember if we talked about it last time or not. And all this discussion is what I summarized a moment ago. I don't have it quite lined up with the on-screen stuff. All right, almost certainly going to be some dungeons now. Yeah, so I got to clear some dungeons. So we'll be back in just a bit. See you then. Alright, thankfully there was actually not many dungeons. Okay, so Rain finds Ihana atop a cliff overlooking Shera. Ihana says that with Omega gone, people will likely change their opinion on self-sacrifice, but she wonders if that is enough to truly change the world. Rain understands her worries as she has witnessed the darkness within people up close. And then Rain says he doesn't expect a sudden shift in attitude either. But he also reminds her that she didn't really like Metsy at first either. People can change, and the world changes as they do. We're going to wait for the next scene for the next part. Yeah, basically, Ihana saying people can be bad, and Rain saying, but they can change. Okay, so Metsy joins the pair, asking what they've been talking about. Rain says that Ihana admitted to liking him. Metsy said he's aware, although it's kind of embarrassing to have it said aloud like this, irritating Ihana. As Rain excuses himself, Ihana calls after him. Didn't happen quite yet. Yeah, Rain's just saying Ihana and Metsy like each other, and it embarrasses the two of them. As Rain excuses himself, Ihana calls after him. She says that without him, she would never have been able to let go of her desire for revenge, nor have been able to reciprocate Metsy's feelings, thanking Rain for all he's done for her. So, thanks to matchmaker Rain, Ihana and Metsy are now a thing. And that's how they live their life happily ever after. And we probably have more dungeons. Is there going to be a story right away? Let's find out. Looks like no. Okay, let me clear the dungeons. Be back in a moment. Alright, here we go. Rain returns to Witch's command. Rain returns to Witch's command central to report that they've finished exterminating all the Omega spawn in the hills. Asuka thanks him as not many soldiers are able to take the monsters on. But he also says it's a shame that Rain won't stay in Shera. Nini tells him to be grateful that Rain is willing to stay and help until the teleportation gate is repaired. Though Marsalgala admits he can understand Asuka's thinking. Gordo is no longer under Shera's control and is currently rebuilding. Nuvgalan is similarly in the process of returning to its root as a country of research. Hank says that Jernveld has officially abolished human sacrificial ceremonies, while Swionianev, how do you say that? While Swianav continues their worship of Snavlenka, but is likely to change its doctrine bit by bit now that Omega is gone for good. Marsalga and Nini Both state that this is the result brought about by Rain's fight. The young man states that he didn't fight alone. Yearn says that he's not wrong, but it's also undeniable that the outcome would have been very different had Rain not arrived in Livonia. Rain thanks him for putting it that way, then he asked about Floret's whereabouts. Marsagala tells him that she's preparing a Shera restoration live show to bring smiles upon people's faces while their country is slowly being rebuilt, and he invites Rain to come and watch it with them. So I apparently clicked through the text too quickly. Anyway, let's see if the next part is going straight right into story or not. Looks like it is. Okay. Rain finds Aska and Marsagala on the road to the event's venue and apologizes for being late. Marsagala just thanks him for accompanying them, confusing Rain. Aska explains that it seems that only young people are attending the show, so they felt embarrassed to stand out as just a pair of older men. Just then, Roka rushes past them in a hurry, loudly blaming Boomer for not waking her up in time. So that didn't happen quite yet. Yeah, so basically they're saying they're all old and they're going to like a young guy's concert or something. So they feel out of place. Alright. And eventually Roka will rush past in a hurry. There we go. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late for an important date. Alright, almost certainly going to be some combat next. Yeah, so see you in a moment. Let's go. Okay, arriving at the village where the event is to be held, the trio is stopped by Floret, who thanks them for coming. Marsagala says it's only natural since this is her big event, while Rain is confused to see Fina with Floret. The girl explains that Fina has been helping out with preparations, and Rain realizes this is what she meant before. Floret admits she wanted Fina to share the stage with her, but Fina goes all Mori, I can't sing in front of a crowd. I'm not sure if that's like a expression or something. Anyway, Fina's shy. And then Fina reveals that Roka, who just joined the group, will be performing in her stead. We're going to wait for that to happen. There it is. Boomer says that Roka wanted to get ready on her own and ended up leaving late, explaining the earlier scene as they were rushing down the road. Roka says it's alright since they still arrived on time. Rain asks her why she decided to perform, and the girl explains she wanted to know what it feels like to sing and dance on a stage. If something piques her interest, she always wants to give it a try. Floret gushes over Roka's great singing voice, and Rain says that he's looking forward to it. Roka reminds Rain not to fall for her due to her beautiful singing. Same old Roka. Rain states that the concert is a great idea, and Floret explains she got the idea in a dream. While she doesn't entirely remember it, she seems to remember someone telling her to see how far the influence of an idol can reach. which gave her the idea of cheering up people across the world. She reveals her plans to go on a world tour after this show, and Roka announces her intention to go with her. Boomer suggests she wait to see if the concert becomes successful before deciding, as she still messes up the lyrics quite often. Roka freezes him and then leaves with Floret to prepare. So Floret and Roka are going to be singers together. And she's still abusing her pet. Alright, so we should have a new scene after this. I'm not sure if this is the next scene I should be reading. Okay, Okay, I'm assuming this is the next scene. Anyway, so I guess before they walked off, Fina tells Rain that she'll go hunting Omega Spawn with him once the show is over before following them. It's got to be a different scene. So I'm not sure what these are all talking about. Maybe Rayhan left out a section by accident. I don't know. Yeah, I think Rayhan just missed a conversation during his summary. So whatever they're discussing, this is not covered in the summary, so I don't know. You have to get a translator and do it that way. Or maybe he got the names wrong. You know, I think he might have got the names wrong. It wasn't Fina. He might have meant Asuka or something. I'm gonna go ahead. Well, let's go ahead and see what the next scene is before I. Okay, I'm gonna get to the next scene. If it's the scene that I'm reading afterwards, then I think maybe Rayhan got the name wrong. He wrote Fina. I think he might have meant Asuka. So let me get to the next scene, and then I'll catch you up. So I'll be right back. All right, let's see. I'm pretty sure that other scene was just mistranslated. Let's look. If we see Lasswell, then yep. Okay. So we're gonna pause real quick. Okay, I will catch you up in a second. Let's get to the point where I can stop everything. Okay, so the previous scene where you saw Rain, Asuka, and Marsagla talking after everybody walked off, I'm going to now read to you what they were saying. The translation, he put the names wrong. It really threw me off. I will correct. Okay, so in the previous scene, forget here, right here. In the previous scene, Asuka tells Rain that he will go Omega Spawn. He will go hunting Omega Spawn with him once the show is over, before following them. Looking around, Asuka states that a lot of people came to the show. He worries if they'll be able to keep up with the cheering. Marsagla asks if he would have been able to imagine such a time beforehand, stating that he's looking forward to the future the younger generation will build. Asuka then rushes them to get a front row seat to enjoy the show to the fullest. That was the previous scene. Now this scene, let's continue. So, Rain and Fina join Lasswell and Physalis at a table. Lasswell reveals that they're planning on staying in Livonia for a bit longer after the gate has been fixed. Physalis wants to see more of the world that her ancestor Snavlinka had protected, and Lasswell wants to learn more about Yish. Hank has not arrived yet, so we're going to wait a second. Okay, here we go. Hank and Yearn then join them and offer to serve as their guide. Lasswell is thankful for the offer, but he asks about their work for Cadelwitch. They explain that their only remaining task is to exterminate the leftover Omega spawn, which will be pretty easy if they work together. Yearn also hints that he hopes to find the One while traveling. With everything settled, Hank suggests that they name their new group the Lasswell Squad. Lasswell isn't thrilled with the idea, but he relents as Physalis really likes the name. The group leaves, though Lasswell stays for a bit behind to tell Rain that he looks forward to them traveling together once again someday, just as their ancestors did. Okay, so they're forming a new group, the Lasswell Squad. That's a terrible name, I agree. But apparently Physalis likes it. And they're going to walk away in a moment. And then Lasswell tells Rain he looks forward to when they can travel together again. Someday in the future. And that's what he tells them right here. But he is not going to be joining them for now. So I guess if there is a future Season 5, Lasswell will probably not be part of it. That's my assumption. I have no idea. Poor Lasswell. He always gets shoved to the side ever since Season 2. Oh well. Okay, probably another combat before the next scene. We might go right into the scene though. Let's see. Oh, we're almost done. Come on, there we go. Let's find out if we're going straight into the scene or combat. Nope, combat. All right, so I will see you for the next scene. Let's continue. Alright. Fina, Rain, and Tria watch Ced and Novem playing in the flower field. Rain tells the girl... Hold on. Alright. Rain tells the girl that with Omega gone, Shera will change, and the kids won't have to stay hiding in this place anymore. But Tria says they'll probably stay anyway since it's a nice place to live. Rain agrees, hoping that it will help Nelica recover as well. The young woman is a little further from the group, retelling the events that Roos had just told her about. Alright. She seems to get a bit of a grasp on her memories and ask Roos to tell her more so she can fill in the blanks. The man silently embraces her instead and then promises to tell her as much as she wants until she's back to how she was, even if he has to keep it up until the end of his life. Didn't actually happen yet, I don't think. So basically, Roos and Nelica are going to live happily ever after. Alright, yeah, that's what he's saying. He'll always stay with her, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Alright, here we go. Fina thinks the two of them will manage, and Rain says that Roos told him that they're planning to travel the world in search of a cure once things have calmed down a bit. Tyus then arrives, stating that the airship is ready. Ilska's final wish was for Leftia to go look at the portrait he drew, thinking of her. So the trio leaves for the Fallen Land once more. So don't forget, Fina is Leftia reincarnated. And Tyus drew a picture of Leftia, I don't know, 1,000,000 years ago or whatever. Whoa, what is this? What is this? Hold on. Oh, never mind. They're thinking back to what Ilska's final wish was. Yeah. Yeah. So this is they're showing you. I guess now they're showing you what Ilska's final wish was. It was for Leftia to go look at the portrait he drew, thinking of her. Oh, wait a minute. No, Ilska was Javi. So they're going to go look at the portrait that Javi drew of Leftia 1,000 years ago. Okay, it makes sense. I think. I don't know. We might have either cutscene or combat. Let's find out. Nope, we've got combat. Alright, so I will see you in a moment. Okay. Alright. Finding the painting. Fina is surprised that it looks just like her. Rain reminds them that Ilska drew the painting long before Fina came to Livonia. Tyus says it's because Leftia served as the inspiration, which means that Ilska must have indeed been he doesn't finish, and tells a curious Rain that he's only been thinking aloud. Alright. He then says that before she died, Leftia said that people are kind and the world is beautiful. And as long as one is alive, one can do anything. Rain says that sounds like a good world. Tyus then says he had once made a promise to Leftia to meet her again once the two of them had reincarnated. And he thanks Fina and Rain for helping him fulfill that promise. I think we're not to the next part quite yet. Uh-oh. We're getting some romantic tension because Tyus was supposed to hook up with Leftia when she reincarnated, but Leftia is Fina, and now Fina's with Rain. So Tyus is like, let me get in there. That was not part of the translation. So here we go. So Fina asked, what else had they talked about? So Tyus says Leftia told him that she liked him, and she also wished for them to be closer in age once they reincarnated, startling Fina. Maybe I wasn't wrong. Tyus continues that Leftia also wanted to travel with him again, and that Fina and Rain would be able to fulfill that promise as well. Looking at the... Yeah, Rain's a little bit jealous here. Wait, where am I? I lost my place. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Looking at the portrait again, Fina addresses Leftia and says that she's happy despite all the hardships. And it must be because Rain is with her. Rain says that with the world of self-sacrifice being no more, he'll create a better world together with Fina. Tyus steps back and reminisces about Leftia's final moments. Happy that it's finally all over, he vanishes. So don't forget, Tyus was a vision. They brought him back, so he's not really alive. But I guess he's, served his purpose, so he can leave happily now. Alright. Yeah, this is where Tyus is reminiscing about Leftia's final moments. Okay. And happy that it's finally all over, Tyus vanishes. Tyus, no. Alright. Here we go. In the afterlife, Tyus is welcomed by his companions. He tells Javi that he saw the picture, stating that the boy must have been the one... there he is. Stating that the boy must have been the one who drew it, and Javi confirms it. Tullian then states that while it took a long time, Tyus is now finally a hero. Tyus counters that they are all heroes, as is the missing one who can take his time before joining them. As they all leave, Tyus calls out to Rhonda, saying they'll meet again. So who's the missing one? I guess Leftia? Yeah, so as they leave, Tyus calls out to Rhonda, saying that they'll meet again. Alright. And we go off on an adventure in the afterlife. Oh, here we go. It's where Tyus says, I will see you again, Rhonda. Alright, there we go. As the souls of his companions depart, Rhonda stands all alone on the cliff. Oh, I'm sorry. Van Harma stands all alone on the cliff. I was right, though. Ihana and Metsy then arrive and ask if he wants to join them on their travels. Van Harma says he'd only be in the way, but Ihana says that going only with Metsy won't be enough to her. And Metsy also wants him to come so he can properly acknowledge him. As Ihana's quasi-father, Metsy is eager to call him father-in-law too. Ihana angrily tells Metsy to slow it down a notch. Looking up at the sky, Van Harma tells Tyus that he won't be able to join him just yet, but he'll be bringing plenty of stories to tell when he does join in the future. Okay, so Van Harma, also known as Runda, is going to be adventuring with Ihana and Metsy. He will meet up with Tyus in the future. I kind of read ahead. That's where Metsy called Van Harma his father-in-law, which is kind of presumptuous, like they're going to get married. But that's probably going to happen. Okay. And so we'll have one more big scene and then a few more things. Please, no more combat. So boring. No, here we go. Okay. Rain joins up with Fina, but he only managed to find... okay, so Rain joins up with Fina, but he only managed to find a single chocobo. So the two of them will have to mount it together. As they depart... Let's actually get there first. Very convenient. You have to ride it with me. Okay. As they depart, Fina says she's always wanted this, and Rain agrees. He states that the reason he's here today is because Tyus lived his life to the fullest. And after coming to Livonia, he's finally grasped the meaning of life. It's as if Snavlenka's wishes from so long ago have finally come true. Lives and wishes can change even the world. There's only so much a single person can do. But as long as they keep moving forward, it'll become someone else's path. Lives connect and wishes are passed down. As such, the future is full of hope. Okay, and now we have some more epilogue scenes. And that stuff I just read, I might have read ahead a little bit. I think I did. I'm not sure if that's the part that I just read or the next part. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, I think that right there is... I think this part is where Rain is just, daydreaming about... Now we're living in the world that Tyus and Snavlenka helped create. The world of happiness, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, as such, the future is full of hope. Okay, yeah, the next part is for... I think the next part is like the post-credit scene. Where they set up a little bit of Season 5. If it's not, then I'll read the next part just on its own. But no, I think this next part is the post-credit scene. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this part is, or maybe not post-credits. Okay, so let's wait till they get to the text. Oh, no, it is going to be post-credits. Okay. So, I don't want to accidentally skip the scene, so we're going to watch the credits. Maybe I can fast-forward them. I don't know. Yeah, 'cause I don't want to accidentally skip the scene. And it's raining Fina. Oh. And Rus and Nelica. Yeah, credits. Okay, so there's gonna be one more scene after the credits, and I'm clicking. It's not doing anything, so I guess we have to watch the credits. So we might be here for a minute, but yeah, we do have one more scene to go that you might be interested in. And yeah, I can't fast forward this, so gotta sit through it. So that was a pretty nice finale, though. Everybody surviving lives happily ever after. So Roca and Floret are going around the world touring as singers. Aska, Marsagala are staying behind to take care of the Omega Spawn. Rus and Nelica are going... or are we done? Oh, no. Rus and Nelica are traveling to find a cure for Nelica's memory loss. Tyus went to the afterlife with all his friends. Lasswell and Faislis are traveling around Livonia to study the past of Yish and all that. And Rain and Fina are... Where are they going, actually? Where are Rain and Fina going? I guess they're just traveling for the sake of it? I don't know. Yeah, Rain and Fina are going off to get... Oh, Rain and Fina are going to have Sophie. There you go. Remember Sophie, Rain and Fina's daughter from the future? They have to go and create Sophie. So yeah, that's what happened to Rain and Fina. They're going to find a Motel 6. Yeah, we've still got another scene with a setup for season 5. So you might want to see that. I haven't actually seen it myself. I'm reading the text, but I haven't seen the actual scene. I'm just reading what the text says during the scene. Javi and Tullian are fighting, or whatever, goofing around. They should let us fast forward these credits. I mean, come on. Too many people worked on Brave Exvius and JP. I'd actually be curious to see the credits for the global version. How long are they? How many people are actually working on global right now? I assume it wouldn't be this many people, but I have no idea. Alright, looks like the credits are probably done. Here we go. Okay, so here's the... I assume this is going to be it. Okay, yes. all your life you've been fighting to save the world, but in doing so, you have lost what is most important. The other me ended up like that. Was this really the right choice? So just once more, I will lend you my strength. Just like back then, we will overcome this cruel future. The world, the only one who can save the child, is you. I'm not entirely sure who that is. Is that Sophie? I don't know. You can speculate in the comments who that is. To the next season, to be continued in season 5, and that's going to be whoever that was. My guess is it's Sophie. I don't know. But there it is. Season 5 has concluded. And that's it. I'm sorry, season 4 is concluded. Yeah, wow. Nice amount of lapis. But there it is. There was season 4, the epilogue. So everyone lives happily ever after. Rain and Fina are traveling. And that person from the post-credit scene, it says the other me ended up like that. So maybe that was Dark Fina. Oh, that could have been Dark Fina with her hood off. Remember, Dark Fina is just Fina, but dark? That could have been Dark Fina with no hood. Have we ever seen Dark Fina without her hood on? So that could have been an unhooded Dark Fina, which makes sense based on the text. The other me ended up like that. Was that really the right choice? So once more, I'll lend you my strength. Just like back then, we will overcome the cruel future, the world. The only one who can save the child is you. So what child are they talking about? I assume they mean Sophie, could Rain and Fina's kid. I'm guessing here, I don't know. But yeah, so speculate in the comments. But that's the end of season 4, and they said see you next season. So they at least have plans for season 5. Whether we get there or not is another question, but it's planned. Okay, hope it's been helpful. See you in season 5, potentially. Later.